Good morning. It's daily game design time. It's also game time because the retreat starts today. It's going to be amazing. So we surpassed the 50 attendee mark last night, and I know we're going to get a few more. So hitting in that 55 to 60 range is pretty good. It's not exactly, you know, I. It'll depend on what happens throughout the weekend, but because we do a little raffle fundraising, I'll definitely spend a couple minutes just encouraging our group to for at least for next time to really plan on recruiting their friends and stuff. But you never know, people are generous, and we'll see how this goes. Yeah, so anyway, you can imagine I'm pretty distracted. I've got a lot going on, a lot to think about. And a friend of mine encouraged me to make some more post-it notes lists because I told her that I have eggs. I have a case of cartons of eggs in my fridge, and then I texted our cook yesterday saying, just a reminder, I have these in my fridge. We have we have some other stuff in a freezer at a church nearby. I will 100% forget these things. And then, so I was telling my friend this, and then she said, well, you should definitely just put some post-it notes around. So now I have a couple post-it notes, including to bring this very laptop, the monitor, the fan that's next to the laptop, and other things. Anyway, so I'm very much in that mode where we're moving a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things and a lot of people to keep track of. But mainly just excited that we're going to have a great weekend and that people are coming out for it. We have a beautiful place up there in Waianae Valley and great people, delicious food. And it's just cool when, people are willing to put their resources behind a belief in this experience. So really excited about that. Just the main thing is, praying that it goes well and it's as easy as it should be. It's never as easy as it should be, right? Anyway, I did still want to spend an hour with you this morning. We're in the middle of tweaking, and I was really starting to click through this interface, this little web app. In fact, I wanted to make a post about this. I forgot. I think I'm actually going to do it now. Because this, I don't know if, you'll remember perhaps that this was an accident. Like running across this thing a couple days ago was purely on accident. I asked it to draft a rule book for us. This could be interesting. They want the event to be about multiculturalism, as this is in line with their objective. Brainstorming. We thought of trekking through the world, and let's go to Japan. Showcasing different parts of the world. This is like a decent idea, this game. I forget what it's called. World Wonders, I think. Yeah, I wonder what ideas people have. Trekking the world, Pan Am. Okay. Ticket to ride, different maps. All the rails. Oh, dang. make sure you seriously check the games. I mean, I love Puerto Rico as a game, but as you're effectively running a plantation, it should not really be a contender for this event. And then somebody replies, "Oh, you're from Russia? Here's Twilight Struggle," which I think is about the Cold War or something. I'm not too sure. Anyway, board games and multiculturalism, that's kind of interesting. I guess there would be... There's like the what about pandemic? Just trying to save the world. I was thinking of the Viticulture Cooperative. I've never played it. I've actually never played Viticulture at the table, but there's the cooperative viticulture game or expansion, maybe Viticulture World or something like that. Oh, but anyway, this would be interesting to think about. I think there are plenty of games that try to represent complex social situations and historical moments. So that's interesting. Anyway, I wanted to do two things in addition to working on the game this morning. One was, I mean, now that I've remembered, one is create a post about so AI tools are very, very sensitive. They're a very sensitive topic in BGDL. So I've posted about them a couple times, and even Mike, actually, I was looking back at some of our old messages. He was like, "You had to post about AI, didn't you?" Something like that. So, simple card game. And I thought I asked Google Gemini to note down some rules in the canvas with the canvas tool. Instead, it built this interactive web app version of the game. It's totally playable, and I can it's totally playable in the sense that I can click through the game and give Gemini instructions to tweak the game and the rules and do complete you built this interactive web app version of the game. It's totally playable in the sense I can click through the game, give Gemini instructions. It's totally playable in the sense, that I can click through the game from start to finish. Can also give Gemini instructions to tweak the game and the rules. I'm blown away. I wonder, I don't know if Grok does this. Yeah, it's definitely an incredible tool. Mm. Not sure how it would handle more complex games, but it's amazing for this simple application. A playable prototype. Helpful tool alert. Google Gemini built me a playable prototype. Yeah. Let's see how the people behave in response. It's really nuts. Like you'll see it right here, right now. I'm gonna click through. I'm gonna click through the game several times, make some changes depending on how it feels, and that's that's all. That's all I need. It's just amazing. Yeah. So I think that's it for that task. We'll just see what happens. Oh, this is cool. So Gabe Barrett, the guy that started BGDL, he has a game running on Kickstarter. I think I might write him a note real quick. I don't know. Actually, let me look it up. Football U, I believe it is. Oh, by the way, just back this. So this is a little card game from an acquaintance of mine, Indie Driver, an Australian graphic designer that I connected with a couple years ago to talk about doing the graphic design for my game, The Fruits of the Spirit. Anyway, so she just had a successful campaign. Excited for her, and I'll be getting a copy of this little card game. I do go for some of these things. It's very, very rare that I back anything, and I certainly don't back anything big. I'm just not really in a great position to do that. Although I do want to be supportive. For me, I've backed a couple little card games from friends. I've backed print and plays. Again, well, not all from friends, but print and play is something it's easy to do because it's like $3, $5. That's the perfect. It's the perfect model, really. I think for Kickstarter, if you're not trying to go big, you're just trying to offer some value. Make a print and play. I think that's cool. I wanted to look up Football U. Yeah, so Gabe Barrett has an amazing podcast, and it's slowed down now. He just posted an episode that highlighted this game, and It's like 5 things I learned or 5 things, I forget exactly. But anyway, it was a short episode. I listened through everything up until then, I think, maybe minus 1 or 2 episodes. And it's really, really, really inspiring. He gets several, like a bunch of big names, and like really nuts and bolts game design stuff that I have learned a lot from. And I was recently encouraged to go back and listen to the what's his name, the Emerson Matsuchi episode, and that's really what led to doing the like getting the spreadsheet going for Sugar Shack, which was a huge step, very helpful. Anyway, so this is Gabe Barrett's game. He's had or been working on this design for like 10 years, he says, or something like that. And now he basically publishes solo games himself. Basically, it's like 1 and 2 player games, almost exclusively solo games. And so he's having somebody else publish his football game. That was cool. Good to see that. And that's what he had highlighted up here. He'll do some banner stuff. Like you can do banner ads on BGDL. The other thing I wanted to do is make some progress claiming a space or claiming a page for Sugar Shack on BGG. I'm not sure if that's a great use of time right now. But I would like to do that sooner than later. I'm gonna go see if there's anything there yet, because this does seem important. While I don't mind some of the risk. Actually, a friend of mine was asking, because I'm streaming every day and or almost every day except for Saturday. And these ideas are out in the open, so anybody could borrow them, take them, and anyway, I'm not super concerned about that, partly because that seems to be the attitude of many designers. Now, certainly not everybody. There's the crowd that does want the NDA, and they're very secretive, or they have to be secretive because they're working with a big IP or something. For me, game design, it's one of the few cases where I'm not super concerned, partly because, as the community is encouraged, its ideas are a dime a dozen. It's ideas come pretty quickly, but it's executing that is the hard part. Okay, so there's no entry for Sugar Shack yet, so I'm thinking to claim it. What I'm saying is, I think this is it. This step is important. I mean, yeah, because I'm not going to patent or copyright anything like that. But claiming the name on BGG it does seem like a fairly important step. At least as far as the internal to the community. So, I understand you can do work in progress games, like unpublished games. So that's why I was thinking just to add this information and put it in, yeah, get it going. Because I'm confident. Actually, you know what? I did put I had Sowers in here. It was under a slightly different name. Did I call it the Sower or something at first? Well, at some point, Jack Dunbar, when I assigned the game to him, he took over the BGG listing. Actually, wait a minute. Because it was originally on the Game Crafter. And so I think we took it down from the Game Crafter. But that's actually where I printed prototypes from. It was the Game Crafter. So I still have a game over here. I'll just search Cabletop, I guess. Yeah, because I still have the Fruits of the Spirit. So we took Sowers down, obviously. Because now that's his game, and then he's in control of the, any kind of listing or anything like that. So we took that down here. I'm pretty sure I had a listing on BGG. If not, I'm just getting mixed up with having a Game Crafter entry. But yeah, so it is kind of interesting. Some of that stuff is, it's fluid. It changes over time, but it would be nice to have the game up here. I'm gonna Google really quick. Work in progress. So this is forums. Let me ask, can I put my unpublished game on BGG? I have a board game invented. Yes, you can list your unpublished game on BGG to gather feedback and promote its future release. To do so, follow the standard process of adding a new game. Yeah. Okay, just in the box at the bottom, just add a note to the admin that it's work in progress. Yeah. Anyway, good for Gabe and getting this project backed. It's cool. It's always tricky, those numbers, I think. That's what I learned in this last cycle of helping with rulebooks. It's how it's basically it's a kind of marketing decision to pick a low goal because it looks better to fund quickly, but then you might actually level off and not fund to the level that you actually need to fund to break even on the game. So if you set the goal, let's say, this is completely made up numbers here, but let's say they set the goal at around 15,000. Why did they do this? $14,989 is the goal. I don't know why would you not pick a round number in this case? I'm not sure. And then anyway, then you set the target, you set the goal at that number, but the actual goal, and we're talking about, covering graphic design and all the kind of editing steps and paying developers and everything, and you add all that together, and you could do some basic accounting sort of math, and the actual goal needs to be more like $40,000 or $60,000, something like that. Friend of mine, this guy I was doing the rule books for, I think for one game in their lineup, the artist, I won't say who it was, but the artist, very well known artist, very famous, at least as far as board game illustration. The person charged $40,000 for the artwork. So, yeah, I mean, just the artwork. So that's not, you know, nothing about manufacturing, nothing about the stuff that we were doing, you know, development and rules editing and stuff like that. Just the card art, the box art, the game board, whatever. That was $40,000. So that's so nuts. And the project, I think, probably funded, you know, regardless of what the goal was, I think the project funded to a little better than break even. I'm not too sure, but I think it was okay, that one. But the next project was not okay. They set the goal, you know, in this sort of strategic point, with this marketing psychology behind it, and did not break even, is my understanding. And that's a tragedy, I think, anyway. So, but good for Gabe and those guys. I'm thinking to do this. Do I have time? Let's see. It's no guarantees this is a full stream, by the way. Well, I should be able to make it to 7:30. I'm gonna get on the road to start the cascade, the chain of events that will result in us having a great weekend up at camp. That includes going to pick up our cook, taking our cook to the friend's van that we're borrowing for the weekend. Then she's going to go off and start shopping. For me, I'm going to drive back here. See, I'm just talking through this so I don't forget certain things. I'm going to drive back here. I'm going to load my car with definitely a full car's load worth of stuff. I have the other half of the game library. I have the coffee maker. I have my own items like bedding and clothes and stuff. That's mostly it. There are some other details like, you know, little things like my extra laptop or this gear. So that's all going to get squeezed in my car. And then I'm going to go back to wherever it is that our cook is shopping. I'll support her for a little while. I probably need to go off and do some of my own shopping. And then we'll head up to camp, and we're going to have a great time. But it is that crunch time situation. So, but anyway, happy to spend time with you for the next 30 minutes. Now what's nice is I can just borrow from some of the content we've already written down. That's great, right? Like when you do something, it's multi-purpose. So I already have the cell sheet. So I'm just going to borrow from the cell sheet for most of this stuff. Where are you? I guess I called it the info sheet in this case. I think I'll change that right now. So I'll just borrow this blurb. It's spring in Maplewood and the sap is flowing. Manage your sugar shack efficiently, gain the favor of the townsfolk, and outmaneuver your rival to become the grand syrup maker of Maplewood. Sugar Shack is a quaint mini Euro for 1 to 2 players with worker placement, resource management, and emergent asymmetry. Yeah. Short description. Should I reuse quaint mini Euro? A quaint mini euro. Mini euro. All about a quaint mini euro. What about this? You're an artisanal. I actually want to. I think this is kind of a theme. Artisanal. You're an artisanal maple syrup maker in this quaint. I like quaint here. I think it captures the atmosphere nicely. In this quaint mini euro. Quaint. Oh. You are. Oh, yeah. You are competing. Artisanal maple syrup makers. You are a artisanal maple syrup makers competing for the favor of their town. Townsfolk? This is kind of cute. Artisanal maple syrup makers competing for the favor of the local townsfolk. It's long, but it's not crazy long. Detectives work together to solve mysteries in Victorian London. Artisanal maple syrup makers compete for the favor of the local townsfolk. I think that sounds intriguing, personally. Year released. What do you put for year released here? Maybe work in progress? Is that wrong? Can I leave it blank? Minimum players 1, maximum players 2, minimum age. I'm going to go with 9. Minimum playing time, probably 30 minutes. Let's say maximum 45. Category. I like this. What category is this? And I think we can have more than one. I like this Age of Reason. That's the kind of... Isn't that meant to be like the beige Euro category? It's educational. Industry, manufacturing. I can add a category. What is pike and shot? Oh, that's like, that would be a historical moment, right? Or period. Renaissance, modern warfare. It is a kind of, it's economic warfare, right? Exploration, farming? No. Kind of. Dice? There's a... No. Let's see. Train, sports, science fiction, real-time, print and play. Mafia, humor, fighting, environmental, economic. Maybe economic? I'll go for it. Any other categories here? Civilization? Is this a civilization game? Because you like bring out the town bit by bit? I feel like it's slightly educational, but maybe those two categories are fine for now. It's definitely adventure, am I right? Yeah, I don't see anything else. It's interesting that a lot of these are about specific periods of time. Okay, mechanisms, let's go. Now here we need worker placement. What? How do I get rid of this? Just like that. Okay, worker placement. What else do we have? Resource management. Resource queue. Resource to move. What is resource queue? Is that what this is? A little bit, right? Because you got workers and you've got syrup that you like anticipate that are in the pipeline. Resource queue. I'm gonna add it. Why not? I think I know what it is. Is it action selection? Action points, kind of, because of the workers. I'm gonna do that. Map reduction, interesting. I do think engine building, though there's no engine building here. Interesting, I wonder why that is. Ladder climbing, investment. Modular board, definitely. I wonder where I could capture. Where is the engine building idea? Huh. It's also a resource to move, I guess. I don't know. Simulation, kind of. Yeah, I don't see something to help me describe the engine building part. It's got to be in there though. Just look for a couple more seconds and then move on. Predictive bid? I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, I do. I guess it's in like trick taking. Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. So go with that. Add a family. Search for family? Is it worker? Oh. Industry? What's production? Oh, maybe no family. Yeah. Re-implements, no designer. We'll go Scott Cable. Why not? And then I'll add Scott Cable, because why not? Developer. I wonder if Mike is in here. Nichols? Is this him? Let me check. Oops. Would this technically be Michael Nichols? He's not in designers. Maybe it is advanced search then. Because he showed up for where this should be you. Oh, to put you as developer for Sugar Shack. Graphic designer, none. Publisher. Can be unknown. Looking for publisher. Looking for. Heck yeah. Looking for a publisher. Boom. Nice. What is this? English first edition. English first edition. Add version publisher. Looking for. Year released or no year available. Ooh, interesting. I think this is a Square 2-player. Sure. English. So Mike, I'm just preemptively adding Sugar Shack. Is a design. I'm currently pitching to publishers. Thanks for everything you do. Boom. But I guess I don't know why, Mike, I don't know why I couldn't find you for like, because you're not listed as a designer, but your name is in the system. So how is that happening? Yeah, I feel good about that. I do wish there was some. I'm gonna look now that I know that family is not related to engine building. I want to look one more time for something related to engine building. Contracts? No. Designer and Quickset. I wonder if yes, oh, not Mickles. So there's no entry. Well, let's look for Quickset then. Maybe your name is just different. Mike Nichols. Mike Nichols. So should I change? What if I check Mike Nichols? You might have you might have an impersonator. Yeah. Let's go for this. I think that's it. I need to text the cook, who's probably wondering where I am. Oh, this is a cool thing. So yesterday, even though I had a lot going on, you'll remember that somebody stopped in my window and I chatted with him for a little bit. That was my ex-neighbor, now ex-neighbor, Nick. He took off very abruptly. And so he dropped off some goods at my place. And anyway, I went over there to like check out, whether I could help or whatever, and look at some stuff he was giving away. And as part of the process, he looked at his scooter, his moped, and he said, "Well, I'm trying to sell this too. How about $500?" And I said, "Heck yeah, I'll do 500." I didn't really press him on anything. I don't know what I could have, negotiated or anything like that. I just figured 500. That sounds pretty good. It's in really good shape. It was his go-to. He would just ride it around all the time for work and stuff. So I felt pretty good about it. And I knew he was in a rush. So I knew he was like desperate to sell. So anyway, I ended up buying that off of him yesterday. Pretty pumped about it. Yeah, with everything going on, I had to run to the bank and get 500 in cash. I'm gonna text the cook really quick. Should have Jeremy's before 8. I think. I mean, I don't know what traffic is like right now. Like, I don't really go into that area. What's nice is too, I mean, so this is like 20 minutes from now. I really don't have much to do right now. I mean, I do. There are some things I could be working ahead on, but the main thing is I just need to go pick up Jessica and then take Jessica to the vehicle. So I'll be able to come back, pack everything, like get all the final details in my apartment sorted out. So I don't have to like rush off and do a whole bunch before I just get in my car and go pick her up. Anyway, so I have a moped now, and it's awesome because it's going to help me deal a lot with like my parking struggles, because most of what I do is like right here in this area. Just go down to the game stores, so I'll be able to cruise down there. I don't know, mopeds are well known for just being stolen. So I also want to figure that out and be conscientious about, you know, taking care of it. But okay. Yeah, anyway, I'm just excited about all these things coming together. I think this is it. I think this is all I need. Oh, I was looking for the engine building thing. It's kind of weird to me that there's not actually a category called engine building. I don't know what other simultaneous action. Variable setup is definitely a thing. Look for one more. Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm just gonna submit this, and after that, I can't imagine why that would have trouble getting posted. So it'll be nice to have one more entry, and then nice, some more chatter about the games. Yeah, so this is what I expected. So I posted a BGDL about the about this little interactive web app thing, and sure, I imagine it really would have a hard time with more complicated stuff. So I think I have a little time to click through once, see how it's going here. Yeah, and then I'll need to transition away. Lots to do. So let's start the mission. I'm wondering, 12 cards at the start of every game in the canvas. Yeah, so it randomizes I think it randomizes now. Okay. So some of these, like in some of these cases, I really need to get used to the idea that refocusing just for the sake of time is really helpful, or is a good idea. And then also skipping, just quickly skipping is also fine. So a free refocus. Should I go back? This is the part where see, I think this is wrong too. I don't think you get, well, it's a free refocus. So this should be happening at the end of the turn. But that's okay. Let's go there. Skip. I think I'm gonna go to HQ and then continue. Draw. 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 So now here's a problem. So this one needs to refocus. So let's discard to refocus west. And we'll do this one. Can't fulfill it. Skip. So this symbol, for some reason, is really rare right now. And I don't know why. Okay, I'm going to discard to refocus south. And do this. Yeah, like why is it so rare? Because there should be an equal distribution. I think I'll refocus. Let's go back north. I think we have all of these symbols. So I'll draw. What? Here's one. Here's one. We just need a water, so we're gonna burn. I'll draw plus a free refocus. I'll just go east. Yeah. So that symbol is still not showing up. So it looks like the best thing to do is just head back north. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. And now water is also rare. Draw. So there's no water and there's no whatever. Oh, here's one. Oh, I can do this one. Yeah, that's just very, I don't know. Yeah, a player's power, right? That certain players can either reduce the cost or automatically complete certain types of challenges or something. That's the case in 5-Minute Dungeon. 30 seconds left. Draw. Can do these two. Nice. Do that, and now I need water. Draw. There's only one water. I'm just drawing and drawing. Now these other symbols are coming back though, so that's good. I resolved 3 of 12? Yeah, anyway, something going on there. Or maybe it's like discard, you know, it could be something like discard 2 cards for any one symbol, or I don't know, something like that is probably going to need to happen. So we never really meaningfully got to ADRA HQ except to realize that something needs to be tweaked. I'll write it down because that seems important, but more playtesting definitely would help describe whether or not that's a real problem. But yeah, something needs to change. Okay, and then that's it for me. I'm basically gonna rush out, go pick up our cook, and get the retreat rolling. Let me see. ADRA HQ. Short playtest. 10-3. On Gemini. Thanks, man. Well, we'll have to have you join us at some point. Maybe if you're interested in a vacation on Oahu, you can just time it with coming and joining us. Oh, who's this? Amelie Johnson? Sorry, I missed you. I'm just about to jump out here and get moving to host an event. It's an event up at a summer camp. We're calling it something like Summer Camp for Gamers. It's called the Hawaii Board Game Retreat. So thanks for joining. I do stream every morning except for Saturday mornings, at least an hour, and just work on game design projects and other things. Talk game design, talk gaming in general. And so yeah, you are welcome anytime. Yeah, let me finish this note and then I'm gonna jump off. So playtesting in Gemini seems like certain symbols were really rare. That suggests player abilities and or some ability to create symbols. Icons. I think I wanted to call these icons, but I somehow default to saying symbols. I'm going to create icons or use wild icons. Yeah, that's probably a big hurdle, just making decisions around that. Like what happens when you just don't have the icons you need. And then anyway, that seems important. And that's interesting, having come to that conclusion in a very short amount of time. So anyway, I'm out of here. So have a great day. I will see you and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.